to love her all night long. What's the That's the type of songs Raja. Somebody wakajomo. Then one look a woman just have a good body. That's right. A good body. Everyone should have a nice body.
That's right. A nice body.
You need to have a good body. It's not inner beauty, because inner beauty will be seen after you having a good body. So our inner beauty is also okay, but then your inner beauty is going to be hidden.
It's supposed to be reflected. But it's not good to have a good body when your EDBI is bad. You need to have a good EDBI.
So choose. You want the body, you want the EDBI.
Or you want the inner
beauty.
beauty.
Have everything. Or you want inner beauty.
Out of the three, I would choose two.
Yeah? No, you're supposed to choose one.
One.
EDBI, inner beauty, body.
There's having a good EDBI, but your inner self is ugly.
So you want the inner self.
Yeah?
You want the inner self.
It's confusing. Litacha, what would you go with? A body?
Bwenda bapikini alina kabina kanene mabeganga muri mabega. Nyangwa speed muyite konda be face esemba kade bisigade bya ina biro simanyi mbwa ali intelligent. Ebyo tebinkwata ko tebingulira mbere. Bibiniga.
Okay, me I would go with inner beauty.
Most men.
I'd go with inner beauty.
Most men would go with body.
There's nothing that is as great as having a woman who has inner beauty. No matter what the body, no matter the deep.
Akaimba kada somebody. Ngade kagambye ko inner beauty somebody.
Anyway, going into the discussion of this hour, Makerere University, actually the Vice Chancellor of Makerere University, Professor Barnabas Nawangwe, on Saturday he suspended the 15% annual tuition fees increment for 2 years. Now remember they had proposed to increase tuition of Makerere University by 15%. And when they brought up this proposal, they actually wanted to implement it. But there was Kavyo in Makerere. Students went on to strike, and there was a lot of instability around the university. So during the reign of...
Because they are saying they weren't consulted.
The students weren't consulted. So during the reign of Julius Katerega, they sat down with a guild council, and they told them you cannot increase tuition. And the university came up with a resolution. They're like, let's increase this 15% to the new students who are just joining. So after various consultations, they have suspended the tuition increment of 15% for 2 years. So that means they are going to increase tuition again we are in 2021, around 2020 or 2023.
Kati 2024 batebereza batandi tujja kuba tufunye sente.
The question is,
pandemic egenda sigale twavuwaza emyaka emirala nga bitano maaso.
Before you go on, the question is, did they make the right move to suspend tuition increment by 15% for 2 years? Me, I believe it should be suspended completely.
Vane kwecho ye bajjawo ekiteeso ekyo kati kankubuuzeeko kino olaba Makerere tendekero lya government. Makerere gye bakoma okwongeza sente gye komoggwa. Makerere ya university esinga ezimu kuzisinga south of the Sahara. Otegera kati saa zino yagwa tekyalimu innovation tekyalimu ki erimu simanyi bintu nga thai power zone erimu biki saa ne bongera gyona bwe bongera kusaba sente bwe bongera kujonoona tekyalina discoveries tekyalina kyeri ku nakamu kugamba eryawo naye kibasabisa sente sikiraba. It is a government aided thing. Erina budget yaffe y'omuyiwa omusolo already batata baffe bagenda obanyiga ezo million emmeka nga bagisasulidde dda. Jukireko efuna sente za musolo efuna musala kwa government efuna bicho kyegera ebintu byonna diseba na kyebakola.
The other thing that puzzles me is this: we are in the middle of a pandemic. Okay, the reason as to why they've suspended
pandemic
is because of the pandemic. Now, what if after 2 years we are still in the middle of a pandemic?
Bane kwekyo bandibadde bakyusa mu nkola ne bamanya nti kati abantu balina okusomesa abaana mu bwavu buno bwe balimu.
Let me give you an example.
Nenga n'abaana basinga bagenda dropping. Kitegera because abaana abamu basoma ku campus nga bebeweerera. Kitegera campus tuition is a little high. Inti omuzadde mbutuufu kyobalaba abaana batuuka graduating nga nolaba nga omuzadde bambi takikkiriza kulwaki because beewaayo nnyo as in olaba luti bali tuna pandemic naye ng'olaba bannange esente y'omuzadde eva wala. Kati imagine after all this crisis that we are going in, then you guys still insist on the 15% to the extent nti abaana bekalakasa ekisembayo okitegera abaana si be basasula school fees zino ezosanga nga bazadde baabwe naye balumirwa abazadde baabwe kuba baagala okusoma. So mwagala kuteekawo mbeera eraga nti abo abaana baganya okusoma oba essomero tulibalekere abaana tubakoze bayiga ebyomumitwe badde mu birala.
Emyaka ebiri kalekaleko naye ng'era nze ndaba
era si kalekaleko kubanga already sawa zakakati bakigirewo ddala already sawa zakakati abantu baligezako kweza bujja okitegera in 2 years you cannot be sure nti tujja kuba tulina we tutuuse.
When I was at campus, the university I went to, I'll not disclose the name, there's a time they wanted to increase tuition. I was paying my own tuition. I was paying my own tuition. Twatukokola ebigezo when they were still demanding me. If it wasn't for the fact that I knew the gentleman who was in charge of exams at the university, Sandy koze ebigezo. You understand? A lot of students fail to graduate because of the increment of tuition. Atenga jukira bachaba banja. A student has to pay for their own campus. A student has to pay for their own accommodation. You understand? So all that.
Kale olaba nze university yange bagita Nsaka University eri ku kyalo bakita Saka Busolo Ejjinja Mafubira. Ne Nsaka University bali so lenient.
Diabazinyi, tell us, do you think it was a good move to suspend the 15% increment for only 2 years? Because I believe it should be suspended forever. Hello? Kale nawe je baleko. Chichi kye mulowooza.
Emeka. Oli mukwata masimu. Kwata tugende.
Okay. Tugende ku WhatsApp.
Hey, Mr. Henry.
Ate kati atu.
Wanaffe twagala nnyo. Bwale kutukuba galaxy esinga. Kono tuzine.
Bye. Oli mukwata message ndala kyazaagala. Mutese nnyo ya tuition ya 15%.
Hello?
Hello, Galaxy FM.
Zina.
Amaenda was salongo inspector wanaebuzi. Zenga abana bayitulide embeera y'abazadde gye bayitamu. Ne batukendereza ko banaye kuba omwana agenda omaliza okusoma nga bamumanya n'omubanja. No graduate. So, kyendowooza andi bali batukenderezaako mu tuition eyo.
Kale, tuyanziza.
Every woman you have a good body.
Hello, Galaxy FM.
Anyway, may I believe
Abantu tebateeseza abalala.
Okoye.
Okoye abantu.
No. We just get one audio. Just one audio.
Galaxy FM bale kuweleza ditacha ripi ne Emeka. Kati ku nsonga eyo nze kyenteesa kintu kye tukirizigana nakyo ffe ng'abazadde frankly okuvaana obulenzi kwa kati tunabeera mwene embeera kuba jjukira ejjawo bwevaawo
Teeseza bulungi nnyo omulamu agutegedde bulungi nnyo agutegedde nnyo.
Okay. What's the final thing you have to say, Rapi? But they suspend the 15% forever, not for only 2 years. Detach.
Nze kye ŋŋamba okusoma kwennyini nze nkulinze nkwetegekedde ddirwe kutandika naye nga nze nja kusigala neekengera until I discover that there is no corona in this whole world. That's when I'll take my kid to school.
But
mala kulaba nga the whole world didn't report ever.
Most students have actually dropped out.
Yeah, kati oba okyakola ki?
Oba si kyekyo nze genda kola home education.
Homeschooling.
Bakita homeschooling.
Homeschooling.
Si home education.
It's homeschooling.
What's the difference between schooling and education? What is the difference between learning and teaching? What's the difference between education and
Okay, spell the word.
Sensitization.
There's no better way to start up your morning than waking up to the morning saga. Get back on the road in style with Juza Kameza. Buy Shell Fuel Self-Diesel worth 50,000 at a Shell Fuel station. Share your number plate, and amount purchased with the pump attendant. You receive an instant and free SMS with a token that you can use to redeem your Kameza rewards immediately, along with amazing